You got to think about it, Bella. You got to think about it. Why would you ask him to make you a vampire? You don't even know what that yam hitting for yet. I'm just saying. You gonna throw it all away. Hey, bro, bite my neck. Let me be like you. We gonna be together forever. I love you real bad. Yam is trash. Now what you gonna do? See, that's what I'm saying. That's why you can't be in situations like this until your frontal lobe develop. Bells, you're not ready, Bookie. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for checking out this video. It's your girl, LB and Blue. Welcome to my channel, Watch With Me, LB, where I give you fun, fresh, and funny rants, reviews, and recaps on my favorite movies and TV shows. I watched it. Let's try it and rate it 1 through 10. I'm just joking. I watched Twilight, y'all. It only took 20 years. I don't know where I was at in 2008, child. I don't know. What was I doing? I just want to say before we get into the shenanigans, I'm an adult now. I'm dead on the inside. I still had a great time. I just watched it thinking about baby L. With her in mind, this was a time. I had a great time. This movie would have made me so hot in my drawers, bro. I get it. I get it now. So many things make so much sense now. I haven't felt this level of relief since the last time I figured out what that lady was letting go from Frozen, girl. Because I didn't know what she was talking about. But then I watched Frozen. I was like, oh my God. I get it. Oh, and you know what else I learned? Say how well you will I know what that is now. I love being in the loop. It's just so fun to be included. If you like this video, if you giggle at this video, if you're having a great time with this video, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I just hit 19,000 subscribers. I'd like to get to 20K before the end of the year. It'll be so fun. I can't even believe it. Baby, we gotta talk about Bella Swan. She lives in Arizona with her mama, but her mama's loins is on fire. Okay, so she's trying to hit the streets to go be with her semi-pro. He a baseball player, but he not in the MLB. And so Bella said, you know what, mama, I know that you got your loins on fire. Let me let you go be with your man. I'm gonna go take the L. I'm gonna go live with my daddy in Forks, Washington. The first time I see Forks, I'm like, hello? This town is ripe for a serial killer. Everything is wet. Everything is gloomy. I don't know if it's fall or winter time, child. I don't know, because some parts of the movies, everybody had on coats and scarves and gloves, and then another time, the little girl had a spaghetti strap thing on from Charlotte Russe, child. So I don't know what season it was, baby, but I'm assuming they only have one season, and that is gloomy, okay? So Bella gotta go live with her daddy, Charlie. Pause. Okay. Now, again, I'm watching this as a lady. Now that I've seen it, everybody was like, who you with? Team Edward or team, what's that other one? Jacob. I'm team Charlie and Carlisle. Currently, okay? Give me the men. Give me the men that got a little 401k situation. We'll talk about Edward and Jacob in a second, obviously, but I just wanted to let the record reflect. I'm going after them daddies. Bella don't really know her daddy like talking about it. She will go up there every once in a blue moon when she was little, but she hadn't really been up there in a long time, and so it's a little awkward. Charlie is not a really communicative type of guy. He drop her off in her old bedroom and say, all right, girl, best of luck to your future endeavors. I'm about to go back to work. I was like, goddamn. You couldn't take the day off, sir? Like, so later on, Bella go downstairs and her daddy friend and his son is downstairs. Billy Black and his son Jacob. Jacob got a quick little 16-inch bust down. And I said, hell yeah, Jacob, you better do it. So Bella and Jacob get a chance to talk. They haven't seen each other since they were kids. Let me get it out the way. I'm gonna ask my questions because I purposefully didn't do any research about the movie because it's been 20 years. I know y'all done discovered everything about everybody that ever was and worked behind the scenes. You know who the craft services person was on this movie. I wanted to talk to y'all in the comments. So my question is, why is Bella chewing on her lips like that? Is she gonna turn into a vampire or something? Like, is she like fiending for blood and that's why she's chewing on her lips like that? Because why? Charlie has given Bella a truck. The truck is giving like, I haul logs in this truck. This is a workman's truck. And I got steel-toe boots. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun. Like it's a Sanford and Son truck. And I would have had to write in my diary, what the hell is this old ass truck? I'm gonna get leg poisoning driving this truck. I would have been grateful, but I also would have complained. She drove that truck to school on day, I don't know, 73. When I saw that We were in a small town in Washington. I'm assuming it's gonna be wall-to-wall white people, okay? And I said, listen, I ain't got no beef with that. Child, Bella get to the school and it's the United Nations of high schoolers. The first person she talked to is a black dude. I was like, oh, okay. Listen, you better come on, diversity. Then the next person she talked to is an Asian dude with a good Charlotte haircut. I said, oh my God, girl, you done stumbled into the jackpot. That is fantastic. Was somebody in a wheelchair or am I thinking about Glee? So now she done got a little friend group. So they sitting at the table, baby, and the next thing you know, Bella's life ain't never gonna be the same because in come the Cullens. Now I say pause. Did y'all think that these people were like, did they look like high schoolers to y'all? This lady is 34. Because I would have saw them people and been like, do y'all have a visitor's pass? Because ain't no way y'all in here going to algebra. The lady Rosalie had on a whole ass outfit from Aunt Taylor Loft. She looked like she was going to a parent-teacher conference. I said, no, ma'am. Y'all not telling me these are high school students, okay? I couldn't wait to find out what the tea was, right? Because obviously they vampires. Like, obviously I know that part. I didn't know it was like a little family of them. And then also, the story was so bad. The story that the Cullens came up with, I feel like they could have came up with something. Why Rosalie couldn't have been a nurse at Carlisle Hospital or something? Why they gotta keep going to high school? They look like tax-paying citizens of America. And then Emmett too, I was like, okay, please. He is an MMA jiu-jitsu champion. Why would he be in high school? Please, didn't nobody have a zit in sight? Everybody in high school got zits, not them. Also, the complexion. Now, listen, I get it. We're in Forks, bro. The sun don't like it over here. You know, the thing is, though, I've seen white people before. Y'all don't be looking like that. Like, and if I saw a white person that looked like that, I'd be like, baby, do you need some kind of transportation back to the hospital? Because you need a transfusion. I know, I'm supposed to go with it. But right here in my nog, baby, I couldn't get over that. I was like, these some big ass people. Why are you sending these grown ass people to PE? I just couldn't get over it. Every time I saw these people, and then it was driving Volvos. Excuse me? Hello, do you have a family? You already know this was the first time I saw y'all best friend Jasper. Girl, because Jasper came in there and was, does he have a rotavirus? Why does he look like that? He was like, but what Jasper's issue was that he a baby in the vampire world. Do you have diarrhea, sir? I just was really laid out about these Cullens. Bella with her crew and she looking at Edward and Edward looking at her. It's a lot of staring in this movie with a squint. I'm smoldering. I'm just really feeling my feelings and I can also listen to your thoughts and I know what your resting heart rate is. So then Bella this was the funniest part to me. They go to chemistry class or biology class or botany or something. Edward and Bella are partners. She's standing in front of a fan and the scent of Bella wafts over. Of course, I don't know the tea yet. He looked like he was about to vomit in them little specimen cups, child. I was like, what is the problem? Even Bella was like, hello? I don't know. And he like jetted out of class like 2 seconds early. I would have had to find him by them lockers, bro. Let's have an adult conversation. You're an adult. I also thought that Edward might have had a little tap of depression. I didn't know how this particular variant of vampires work. Maybe he need a little Prozac. You know what I'm saying? And I know the environment ain't helping. I know he got seasonal depression. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I put that in my back pocket. I was like, okay, his olfactory senses on 12 and he's depressed. Got it. Y'all know and I know. We know together. I didn't know what that was for the longest. I was like, oh, this is a TikTok sound, obviously, because that was the first place I ever heard it. So the next day, Bella at school and she trying to find this man. So he ain't come to school. He ain't come to school for a little minute. Now, while Bella over there chewing on her lips, staring into the abyss, child, they have something that's going on in the local Forks vicinity. Something is taking these hard-working Americans down, girls. Okay, you just put a pin there. You know, Bella Daddy gonna have to investigate that because he is the laws. It's been a little time and here come Truant McGee back to the class. And I said, sir, don't leave my friend out here on the lurch on the limb waiting for you to confront you and here you come with your arms all out. And then he talking to Bella like he on a job interview. Hello, I didn't have a chance to introduce myself earlier on in the vicinity of our conversation. My name is Edward Cullen. It is a pleasure to meet your acquaintance. I was like, oh, they must have killed his ass before they had electricity. Edward is a weird guy. Like, you know, first impressions, no thanks. I'm passing on that. Correct me if I'm wrong. I watched the movie twice yet because I know y'all don't play, and y'all wasn't about to eat me up in the comments because I don't know the lore, and I didn't remember that at the 3:33 mark in the movie he said this, and then I didn't catch it. Don't come over here. I'm a noob. Does he have the power to like glamour you? He have the power to like make you feel like your loins is on fire, or was her loins naturally on fire? I know his loins was ablaze. Bella go ahead to her Sanford and Son truck and she about to go home, but of course they got to look at each other from across the parking lot for 17 to 22 minutes. For some reason, this Astro van come out of nowhere and skidded on the thing, and it almost hit Bella, but then Edward, who was across the parking lot, do some vampire shit and come over there and save Bella from being crushed by the van. Bella is confused about it. Now we get our first look at Carlisle. I said, hey, Pale Daddy, what's going on? I don't know why I know Peter Facinelli. Girl from Nurse Jackie. You better get out of here, Peter Facinelli. Oh, that's cool. Carlisle come in there and do an examination because he's a doctor. Some kind of way Bella ends up seeing that Carlisle, Edward, and a lady who we don't know at the time is all talking in the hallway, and then Edward see her because he must have put a tracker in that lady or something. Maybe he put like a little low jack in her back or something. I don't know. Bella say, excuse me, bro, what happened? Edward say, I was literally standing right next to you. It really wasn't that big of a deal. Calm down. They got to go tennis ball back and forth, back and forth. Then he get an attitude with Bella because she asking for clarification, and then he says something smart and walk off. Hey, I know you've been around long enough to know better than that. Don't be coming over there talking to that's a little girl. That's what I'm saying. I ain't really like that. I was like, bro, if I saw my niece and her boyfriend was like acting weird like that with her, and you're not gonna let this go, are you? Just be okay. Can't you thank me and get... Bella go home, she's sleeping on her back like Snow White, child. And then she wake up and see Edward in the corner. And then she go to turn her light on and his ass is gone. Don't be going in that girl room. That is crossing the boundary. You're also a pervert and you're also a criminal, sir. I didn't give you my permission. That's why I was wondering, like, what kind of vamps are these? You know what I'm saying? These obviously are not the you gotta be invited in kind of vamps. Because he was just literally in that lady corner like a bookshelf. Edward is weird. He's a weird guy. Example number 47 of Edward being a creep. Okay, they on a field trip to the local botanical garden. That little boy, Kevin, what was his name? James, Dennis, you know what I'm talking about, asked her to go to prom. Bella was like, you know what? I actually have to, I'm not even gonna be here. Edward gonna walk up to Bella and say, what's in Jacksonville? That's a red flag, babe. This boy is gonna knock your head between the washer and the dryer. Cause what you asking me about my plans for? I don't even know your middle name. You can have nice hair, okay? You can put some pomade in it. You could give me Adam's apples and elbows, all you want, baby. Don't ask me about my plan. That's basically what Bella said. Bella was like, you don't even talk to me. Why would I tell you what I got going on? I feel like Bella maybe needs to see her pediatrician because she is falling a lot. I don't know what's up with that. I don't know. She fell in her driveway one day and then she tripped in the thing when he was being a nutcase with her, and what I'm talking about. And he was like, can't you just watch where you walk? Restraining order. Your daddy is the laws, girl. Go get your restraining order. I literally met you 48 hours ago. Don't worry about me, bro. I know y'all are team Edward and team that other one. What's his name? Jerry. Not Jerry. Jerry. You know Edward and Jerry now. Okay, I'm just saying, ain't no 17-year-old wearing a peacoat from Old Navy with the collar pop. Am I lying? And Jasper was over there with a goddamn J. Crew sweater with a button-down thing on it. I was like, who? Listen, I know you got a Friars Club meeting you got to get to, sir. Don't be over here taking up a spot from a child that can actually be in this high school. Somebody had to go to private school because you was in here taking spots. Because I did not know about this movie. And I think that every weird man in every TV show, movie, commercial, documentary, in my mind, they're a serial killer. That's who out here killing these hardworking Americans while they on their shift. Edward did it because he's a weirdo. So all the kids going to this beach called a push. And the push, they going surfing. And so Bella said, hey, me and the homies going to the push. Won't you come? You know what I'm saying? Have a little fun. Let your teeth out. Maybe you can smile every once in a while. Try it out, bro. It might be fun. You never know. I'm not going over there. It's crowded. And then they show the beach. Literally, girl, the beach looked like a goddamn nature reserve. Like, you're not even supposed to be over there. And I was like, what's tea? That's what I'm saying. Like, Edward is just not making a good first impression, bro. I'm like, listen, Edward, listen. If you want me to be Team Edward, you got to give me something. So Bella and them get to the beach. Everybody cold. I'd be pissed if my child was getting some cold ass water. Because guess what? If you get sick, you're going to school. The beach is on the reservation where Jacob and them live, right? So they're over there talking, and somebody said something about Edward, and one of the homies that Jacob was with was like, nah, Cullens don't come over here. I was like, are y'all in the game? Is it a gang war? Hell yeah, let's spice it up. So then Jacob tells Bella about the beef. Jacob tells Bella about the long-standing beef, for lack of a better word, between the Cullens and Jacob and them tribe. They had made an agreement that the Cullens weren't gonna hunt or go on tribal land, and the Cullens was like, I bet, but then it all fell apart. Also, a whole nother crew of vampires that done pulled up. I see Eddie Gathegi, also known as Mr. Terrific. I didn't know they had a black vampire in here. Okay, he had a little bust down dreadlock wig on. They could have plucked the roots a little bit on that, but that's fine, child. So it done got down in Bella's spirit that something is the hell wrong with Edward. She had to go do her Googles on the old school Google and find out what the legends were from the tribe. Because Jacob had gave her like high level. She trying to get down in there and figure out what's going on. And she had school the next day. You know, it's time for prom. So they said they're going to go to the local next city over to go dress shopping for prom. The city that they're going to dress shopping also has a Native American bookstore where she could buy a book about the legends in the tribe, right? So she's like, oh girl, yeah, I can't wait. I'm gonna go with y'all to go to the dress shop or whatever. So before she leave the dress store, they have this like goddamn group of vagrants that come by the dress shop, and they like, you know, being vulgar and like saying stuff to the girls in the window. So you know everything is dark, wet, and gloomy, right? So it's probably like 4:30, but the sun was down. So she goes to the bookstore, she buy a little book, walking back, and here come the damn vagrants surrounding her. The next thing you know, here come a goddamn 2008 Volvo sedan hitting the corner, and it was Edward, and Edward was like, yeah. Bella was sitting in the car like, how you knew I was over here? And he fussing at Bella, you gotta be careful, Bella. You don't even know what they were thinking in their minds. I should turn around and go just murder them in the street. You're gonna have to stop me from murdering them. Pause. If I were a lady in training, there would have been, girl, yeah. What you mean you fussing at me because you love me so much? I get to drive fast in a car with a handsome guy, and he saved me from danger, and he is so upset with me that I was almost assaulted on the street in the back of a Tasty Saver diner. She said, you should put your seatbelt on. And he was like, you should put your seatbelt on. And word, drop me off at the police station here. So then he dropped her off to the restaurant late, and the girls that she was with is leaving. Then instead of going with her homegirl, she go in a restaurant and have a date with this weird ass man with a Volvo hatchback. I will ensure that her safety is kept in the forefront of my cerebral cortex, and will ensure that her arrival at her dwelling will remain intact, on time, and without further disruption. Edward, please. You know how to Google. You ain't want Google what a normal person sound like. Now, they go into the They go into the restaurant. Here's the thing. If it's me sitting here as a strong and proud elder millennial, I'm thinking after this conversation at this table, this man is a guaranteed serial killer. The minute you hold your head down and start talking to me, look, your head is down, but you looking up at me, you have murdered at least 1 to 3 people. It is a fact, bro. I don't make the rules. He's sitting in the restaurant, he gonna tell Bella, I don't have the strength to stay away from you. If this was any other movie, you gonna look at me in my face and tell me if somebody said that to somebody else in a movie or a TV show, you not gonna think they about to skin their ass and wear them? Girl, run, girl. At this point in the show, I'm convinced that Edward is running with them 3 little vamps over there on they murdered that man. Why would you do that? Just hold your neck up, bro. Didn't I tell you the next be letting you know? Teenage me, I would have ate that shit up. So girl, I'm talking about with a tablespoon. Do you hear me? Sopping it up with a biscuit. I would have ate it up. And Bella, her loins. You understand? You better do a loin check-in, baby, because them things was gonna they was engulfed in flames. So they driving home. So Bella said, you know what, babe, I'm gonna crack this book that I paid $34.95 from the Native American bookstore in the town that I wasn't supposed to be in, and I almost got murdered at, and comes up with the fact that Edward is a local vampire. So the next day at school, Peacoat McGee is over there looking at Bella from across the room. Instead of her going over there by him, she like walked right past him, and she walked off into the woods. And I said, girl, listen, 40-year-old me. I feel like the forest where it's like dark and mysterious and gloomy, like they probably got some like woodland creatures that also know how to build homes with like plumbing and ventilation systems in them. Don't go in there, girl. Edward following right behind her. And I said, okay, this looks like the beginning of the end for my girl Bella. Actually, no, I didn't, because they have more movies. But it looked like he could have. And then I was like, girl, why would you tell him you know he a vampire in the woods in a secluded space? So he said, girl, you know what? You want to know the real me? You want to know who I really am? Let me step into the sunlight for you. He take her by her goddamn elbow and drag her off to another location. 40-year-old me. What is the matter with this dude? 17-year-old me. He know how to take charge. That's a man right there, Bookie. Girl, please. He got a damn special effects filter on. He proceeds to tell Bella about how he is a murderer. Now, he ain't never wanted to kill nobody more than he wanted to murder her ass. And Bella said, I trust you. Pause, ma'am. 17-year-old me. Oh my God, he is so tortured. All he need is my love. And we could just be together and he could just protect me and I could just love him. I could not believe that this man was gonna end up being my third favorite Batman. Robert Pattinson is my third favorite Batman. He be acting down now. In 2008, no sir. Girl, I literally want to murder you right now. I can't control myself. Bella say, ooh, listen, you ain't said nothing to me, daddy. Bella, you had better cut it out. And then the next day, baby, they pull up at school together, all right? And now let me just... Edward pull up looking like the most mature gentleman. Edward pull up with Wayfarers on. He come to school with his goddamn collar popped and sunglasses on. Ain't no sun, bro. What you got the sun? I'm sorry, Bluesy. I'm sorry. I'm okay. No, I'm not duty. Yeah, you ready for class? Let's go to class. Cause he got to look down and up. Yeah, girl, you ready for second period? Mr. Smith gonna be on that bullshit today. Boy, put your goddamn collar down. And he telling her that basically they vampire vegetarians. They only eat animals and they don't hunt. So Edward is weird, and so he come and weirdly ask Bella to go to his house for dinner to meet his family. So she get over there and the whole family in the kitchen cooking. And I was like, oh, that's cute. The mama and daddy are Carlisle and Esme. He was like, listen, I had me a Whataburger before I came. I ain't want to put y'all out. Rosalie ain't with it. Also really get to meet Alice. Alice is like a little woodland fairy, bro. She like a little squirrel or something. Like she like so cute. Hi, Bella. We're gonna be friends. I know it. So they breeze past it. So Jasper's struggling with life because he a baby vamp. Why are you sending this man into a school full of like snacks and stuff, bro? That's like crazy to me. Why they got to be kids? Because they're not kids. Okay, Jasper has to go get a prostate exam. They just breeze past Jasper, and I was hoping we was gonna get a whole like 20-minute synopsis on my boy. Edward does not sleep. All he do is just stalk Bella, listen to music, and read books. Bella was like, what you listening to? And he was like, I'm listening to Chopin's Symphony No. 3 in piano Waverly style. He is a member of the silent generation. Trying to dance with her and she's like, I can't dance. And I'm like, Bella, bro, what can you do? Like, you can't dance. You can't go to the prom. You can't play volleyball. You can't walk. You're always falling. What's T, Bella? That's what I'm saying. She needs to get an evaluation, I think. So the next thing you know, they up a 40-foot tree. I said, sir, take that little girl down back to the ground, please. That's 40-year-old me. 17-year-old me would have been like, he's so different. So he played the piano for her, and I know her loins. Then Bella laying in the bed one night, Edward ass standing in the corner. He a habitual line stepper. The next thing you know, they rolling around on the bed. I said, Bella, contraception, Bookie. You better make sure he straps it up, okay? Do vampires ejaculate? Comment down below. Comment down below and let me know if vampires reach the mountaintop, girl. Because that is so inappropriate. Either she said stop or he said stop. Somebody said stop, and then the next thing you know, he was across the room with Blue Ball's child. And I was like, oh my God. Now it's time for Edward to meet Charlie. Charlie's sitting there cleaning his guns like people in law enforcement do, child. Hello, sir. My name is Edward Cullen. My intentions today with your daughter are as follows, : Like he just was very like stiff. Edward taking Bella to a nice leisurely game of baseball in the middle of a field during a thunderstorm. Everybody was dressed like an Addams Family member. I don't know, like the baseball caps and stuff. It was like, are y'all playing in the Negro Leagues? Like, why y'all got these old ass uniforms on? And I was like, okay, Everybody OL, okay, get with it now. So they can only play baseball during a thunderstorm because when they hit the ball, it sounds like a thunderclap. That was very creative. So they're having a great time. Next thing you know, here come the goddamn murdering vampires from the club, not the club, from the boat that time. They walking, but they not walking. Hell yeah, bro, that's a great entrance. I wasn't mad at it. I was already pumped up from this intense ass baseball thunder game. I was like, this is great. Then the murder vampires come out a cloud of smoke. Hell yeah. The problem is they got a T-bone steak out there with them, also known as Bella Swine. Old girl Bella get behind me. We was just passing through, bro. We had felt y'all energy and stuff. We was just coming speak or whatever. And Carlisle was like, yeah, we was just having a little game of baseball. You heard me? We was about to get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? They don't even ask to play. The next thing you know, the goddamn wind blew. And everybody was like, shh. So then they put Bella in the car and get out of Dodge. Edward said, kiss the life you knew goodbye. You can't never go back there no more. Bella said, shut up. That's you doing the most. Edward said, girl, we gotta murder him, girl. We gotta rip him apart. And we gotta burn his ass at the stake, girl. It's just now you don't even know, girl. 17-year-old me would have been like, oh my God, he literally would do anything to protect me. He is crazy, girl. You know her loins, girl. Them loins was just loining it up, girl. If I'm a Cullen, I'm aggravated because that wasn't on my agenda today. Now I got to go run 70 miles west when I was trying to go home and watch TV and rub my feet together. Now we all might die because your ass wanted to come to the baseball game. You're not even with us like that. So they dropped Bella home faking like she fighting with Edward on the porch. And then she like, I'm leaving. And then the daddy was like, well, where you going? And she was like, I don't know. I'm just going to go back to my mom's house. You got school tomorrow. Get in back and go take your bath. So child, now they got to mount up. Okay, all the vamps is riding together and they got to go hide Bella in the goddamn ground like a root vegetable or something. And she driving past and she see all her little friends having fun like the normal humans they all. And now all because she was hot in the ass, she got to go on a run like Jay-Z and Beyonce. The rest of the Cullens gonna take Bella clothes and like rub them all on the tree in the opposite direction that Edward is taking Bella. 17-year-old me would have been like, oh my God, look at all the things that he is doing to make sure I'm okay. Going all over the world for me. I just love him so much. Cause we was stupid. Sweet baby Alice, she got the gift of sight. She got to draw it out. She got to let you know what's going on. She have a premonition and she realizes that the dude that's looking for Bella realizes that they set him up and now he coming back that way. They done drove all the way to Phoenix. Alice draws out like a ballet studio that Bella took classes at when she was little. That's what a big battle royale gonna be at. Bella get a phone call from Edward and he's like, oh my God, girl. I gotta protect you. Me and you, we gonna go somewhere, girl. We gonna run away and we gonna be together. We just gonna be me and you forever alone. 17-year-old me would have been like, listen, I would have threw it all away. Go to the ballet studio, 3 o'clock, come along. Bella get to the dance studio and James start knocking her head between the wash and the dry. Next thing you know, Edward busts through the door. James knocking Edward's head between the wash and the dry. James beating everybody up and bit her on the wrist. Bella also is bleeding. They had said Bella blood was like top tier quality. Okay, they said it was A1. So child, then the rest of the family come. Carlisle get there and he do his medical thing. The boys end up getting James and then Alice like a little and then jump on his head and break his neck and then simultaneously start a fire. I said, that's a bad bitch. That's a bad bitch. Y'all should have been letting me hang out with Alice a little more. Okay, I hope I see more of Alice in a later movie. Carlisle say, you gotta suck out the boys. Cause Bella's like, like she on the ground like, it's not funny. And then, because that's when Sour was in the thing. And I was like, oh my God. Girl, and all the little memories start flashing through Bella's mind. And I know for sure I would have got naked in the theater. I would have. Girl, cause what you mean he gotta suck out the poison and she writhing around in agony on the floor and they just murder somebody for her. When that girl wake up from getting her head knocked between the washer and the dryer, we see a close-up shot of her face. But the little oxygen things in her nose was literally on the middle of her eyeball. It was on her goddamn face like this. I was like, what the fuck? What kind of oxygen y'all got over there in for? Something about that really upset me. Why? Child, so I can't remember what the story was because the story when Bella mama was telling her about what happened, you tripped and fell down 3 flights of stairs and then you fell out a window. I was like, That got to be a Guinness record or something, right? Because that's crazy. And everybody was like, yep, that's what happened. But the mama said, she said, girl, you gonna come down and live in Florida with us, girl? Like, hell no, I'm staying here. I want to be wet and gloomy with this man, okay? So baby, now it's time for prom, okay? Bella and Edward are gonna go together because that's what you do in a teen movie. Edward drop her off in the front and go park the car. And then Edward pop out the bushes like Kim Kardashian that time. Was like, yeah, girl, my daddy had told me to tell you to break up with your boyfriend. Right then, Edward pull up. And Edward and Jacob looked like they was about to murder each other. And I said, yeah, I do remember that. I remember that there was a beef between this one and the other one. I don't think Jacob is a vampire either because, I don't know, he probably a bear or something, child. Anyway, I don't know. Bella looked like an old ass lady because she got a cardigan on. I don't know, it just didn't feel very useful. I wasn't with the styling. You was giving Rose Nyland. I didn't like it. Bella want Edward to murder her. Look at all these juicy veins I got. Come on, just go ahead and finish the job, bro. I'm literally, technically, I'm already dying. You could just speed up the process. I was like, girl, shut up. You don't even know what you asking. The lady that was with old boy, the weird vampires that was floating and walking, I can't remember her name. Maybe like Vanessa? No. Victoria, I think. She watching them, okay? Oh, and they had did like a little dip on the dance floor and she had held out her neck like he was gonna bite her, but then he kissed her neck naked in the theater. That would have did it for me. 40-year-old me, I would have been like, don't y'all know people can see you? I would have recommended, just as an old ass lady to Bella, I would just recommend, don't commit your life to this man till you get the yam. You gonna be done threw it all away and gave up your life for some mediocre yam and now you stuck with his ass for the rest of all eternity. Don't do it, girl. You gotta think about it, Bella. You gotta think about it. So now, you know, obviously it led into another movie, which I'm gonna definitely recap. Here's my final thought. 17-year-old me. Hell yeah. I'm eating that up every single time. This movie was a 10 out of 10. No notes. 40-year-old me. This is a bad situation waiting to happen. This girl Bella is gonna die because you can't be the weak link. You literally can't walk down the street, Bella, without falling. So how you gonna get down with the Cullens? You can't even stand up straight for more than 42 seconds at a time. I just don't think it's gonna end well for Bells. Is she gonna get, like, is it gonna be a teen pregnancy thing? Because I don't like that. I'm off that. Y'all knew I was gonna like this movie. This was cute. So fun. Why y'all didn't call me and tell me to go see this in 2008? I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Comment down below and let me know what you thought of my recap of Twilight, because I know y'all already saw the movie, child. Tell me what's on your nog about it. Like, do you think it still like holds up? I personally don't. This movie cannot hold up. These are teenagers? No, sir. These people work in corporate America. I can't wait to talk to y'all in the comments. I'm gonna talk to you later. Bye. You get it? Because of the vamp. All right.